Only 1 week remains of the girls' high school basketball regular season. And for both the Plainfield Lady Quakers and the the Decatur Central Lady Hawks, they both come into tonight's game with a record of 7-11, looking to build a little bit of momentum as we get ready for sectional play in just a couple of weeks. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to high school basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. My name is Brian Scott. Tonight, we have a girls-boys doubleheader here at Decatur Central High School, where the Lady Hawks welcome the Lady Quakers in Game 1, and it'll be the Hawks and the Quakers boys basketball in Game 2, all courtesy of AudioSportsOnline.com. As I mentioned, we'll have girls' game to begin tonight's doubleheader action, and both the Lady Quakers and the Lady Hawks come in with identical 7-11 records. For the Quakers, they're coming off of a victory. They knocked off Avon back on the 22nd, just Tuesday night, by the score of 40-26. And for the Lady Quakers, 7-11, looking for a little bit of consistency. For every couple of wins, they seem to rod off about 3 or 4 losses as well. But they're coming off a win, hoping to make it 2 straight before they close out their season next week at Northview. For Decatur Central, they've lost their last 4 contests since a January 4th win against Martinsville. They've lost to Ben Davis, North Central, Pike, and Greenwood. Of course, Ben Davis and Pike, 2 of the better teams that you will normally find here in Central Indiana, and Greenwood stands atop the Mid-State Conference standing. So it's been 3-4 very, very tough games for Coach Anthony Mann's Lady Hawks, and they'll look to get on the winning track tonight before they will close out again. They will close out their season at home next Saturday, and they'll do it against a very, very tough opponent as the Hoosier Crossroads Conference Fishers Lady Tigers make their way to Decatur Central to close out the 2012-2013 regular season. Let's go ahead and give you tonight's particulars and starting lineups for our game number 1, which will be girls varsity basketball. For the Lady Quakers, the head coach is Kurt Benge, and it's 271 and 131 in his 18th year at the helm of the Lady Quakers. Plainfield comes in tonight again with a record of 7-11. According to Sagarin ratings, they're 97th overall in the state of Indiana, 57th in Class 4A. They defeated Avon 40-26 on Tuesday night. His starting lineup will have a primarily 3-guard look. Starting at a guard will be a 5'8 junior, Sophia Wilson. The other guard is a 5'9 senior, Mackenzie Jeffries. At guard, a 5'9 senior, Katie Robertson. At forward is a 5'8 junior, Mackenzie Reeder. And at center, or the other forward position, I should say, is a 6-foot freshman, Kia Farrell. So once again, for the Lady Quakers, it'll be Wilson, Jeffries, and Robertson in the backcourt, Reeder and Farrell up front. That's the starting lineup for the Plainfield Lady Quakers. For Decatur Central, the head coach is Anthony Mann. He's 25-36 and his 3rd year as head coach of Decatur Central. Decatur Central, according to Sagarin rankings, comes in 43rd overall in the state of Indiana, 34 in Class 4A, and they're coming off of a loss to Greenwood last week by the score of 50-43. The starting lineup for Coach Mann is primarily almost a 4-guard look. Starting at a guard is a 5'6 sophomore, Macy Walker. The other guard is a 5'5 junior, Shelby Patterson. The third guard is a 5'7 senior, Haley Taylor. At the other guard is a 5'9 senior, Brittany Daly. And playing forward is a 5'10 senior, Erica Pope. So once again, Walker, Patterson, Taylor, and Daly are the guards. Pope is at forward. That's the starting lineup for Anthony Mann. Before we tell you more about tonight's particulars, we will have tonight's national anthem.
Plays our national anthem.
That's our national anthem as performed by the Decatur Central Pep Band. In attendance for tonight's Mid-State Conference girls-boys doubleheader between the Plainfield Quakers and Decatur Central Hawks. Ladies action to start things off here this evening here at Decatur Central. Over the past 10 years, Plainfield, of course, their ladies program has been one of the more successful in Central Indiana. A bit of a down note this season. Over the last 10 years, Plainfield owes a 9-1 record in this series, including a 54-48 victory at Plainfield last season. So we're getting ready for basketball here at Decatur Central High School. Sectionals, well, they're just around the corner, and at halftime we are going to take you around the Mid-State Conference, tell you a little bit about what is happening in sectionals as far as what we might be expecting here coming up. Both teams, of course, they're not in the same sectionals. They will be, nonetheless, in some very, very tough sectionals that they'll have to begin in just a few weeks. So hoping to get on a bit of a roll here as we head towards sectionals. For Plainfield, looking to pick up a couple of back-to-back wins, something that they've only accomplished a couple of times this year. And for Decatur Central, hoping to snap a 4-game losing streak. The Lady Hawks 3-2 in conference play coming into tonight, while Plainfield has only got one Mid-State Conference victory as we get ready for basketball tonight on Audio Sports Online. As you look on the monitor, Plainfield will be in the red. Decatur Central will be in the white as we get ready for basketball. Jumping up center for Plainfield will be Kia Farrell, and it will be Erica Pope jumping center for Decatur Central. So pull up a chair. We hope you enjoy high school basketball on Audio Sports Online. Ball's in the air, and the tip is controlled by Decatur Central, and is bringing across the midcourt stripe as Macy Walker. She'll look over a man-to-man Plainfield defense. Walker lays it off left side to Taylor. Haley Taylor, 3-ball top of the key on its way, short front of the rim. Rebounded by Sophia Wilson, and we have a whistle. And our first foul of this contest is going to go against Decatur Central.
Foul was called on number 24, Haley Taylor.
Haley Taylor will pick up her first, and the first team foul against Decatur Central. So just underway, game 1 of 2 here tonight. Pair of varsity contests, boys and girls, and currently with the basketball, Sophia Wilson. Wilson drives right side of the lane, throws up the shot. Won't get the bucket, but she's going to earn a trip to the free throw line as the second foul against the Hawks will be called
14, Erica Pope.
against Erica Pope, her first. Second team foul as Katie Robertson will trigger the inbound from the baseline. Looks, gets the ball inbounds. She finds Mackenzie Reeder. They send the ball out. Shot from the top of the key by Katie Robertson is no good. And coming away with a loose ball is Macy Walker. Walker lays it off to Shelby Patterson. Patterson skip pass over the top. She finds driving the lane Brittany Daly. Daly shot no good, but there with a follow-up is Haley Taylor, and the first points belong to the Lady Hawks. They lead 2-0 as we are just a little over a minute into this opening quarter of play. Plainfield on a baseline pass gets it to Mackenzie Jeffries. Jeffries shot too long, and the rebound is controlled by Haley Taylor of Decatur Central. Up the court to Shelby Patterson. Patterson with a basketball down into the corner to Walker. Back out top to Patterson. Man-to-man defense again employed by the Lady Quakers. As they get the ball and the shot is up, it's no good, but it'll go off a Quaker out of bounds, and the ball belongs to Decatur Central. 6:27 left to go in this first quarter. 2-0 Decatur Central. Inbound play. They get the ball into Erica Pope, and Erica Pope is able to finish it off. And it's a 4-0 Hawks lead with 6:18 left to go first quarter. There's Kia Farrell now stolen by Shelby Patterson. Patterson will finish it off, and Kurt Benge is going to call a quick timeout as Decatur Central goes on a 6-0 run to begin this contest. And he looks to make a few adjustments. early in this contest.
Have what it takes to win the Little Caesars half-court competition. Caesar men will be in attendance all night and choose 2 participants with the most school spirit. The contest takes place during the boys and girls halftime. So lace up your kicks and turn some red.
6:11 left to go in this first quarter. Decatur Central jumps out to a quick 6-0 lead. Brian Scott with you tonight from Decatur Central High School as part of a boys-girl doubleheader. Plainfield gets the ball inbounds. They're looking at a 2-2-1 press, but they get the ball up the court. Here's Mackenzie Jeffries, and her shot is up, and that 3 ball is good to cut the deficit in half and give the Lady Quakers their first points of the night, 6-3 in favor of Decatur Central. Erica Pope's shot from the right corner is no good, as she was in the corner of the lane. And driving now the other way, driving in the middle is Sophia Wilson. Her shot is short. The Hawks come away with a rebound. Driving left side of the lane, getting the bucket, and heading to the line is Brittany Daly. And the foul will be the first against the Lady Quakers. Katie Robertson will pick up her first foul. Team's first, and to complete the 3-point play is Brittany Daly, and she does just that to increase the DC lead to 9-3 with 5:26 left to go, opening quarter of play. Sophia Wilson down into the corner. Kia Farrell, she lays it to a Mackenzie Reeder who was cutting down the lane. Reeder can't finish off the layup, and Decatur Central goes the other way. Having her ball stolen from her is Macy Walker. And now Plainfield looks to see what they can do here on offense. And they trail by 6. Mackenzie Jeffries with the basketball. She lays it off. Katie Robertson shot no good. Erica Pope with a rebound for the Hawks. Hands right side to Brittany Daly. And Daly will be in the front court right wing. Gives it over to Kayla Williams. Excuse me, that was Macy Walker. And now here's another pass stolen, this time by Kia Farrell. Plainfield comes back the other way and making the shot from the lower left baseline. Shot no good. Rebounded by Kia Farrell. Her putback is no good, and Decatur Central comes away with a rebound. So Plainfield having some problems getting the ball into the bucket to begin this contest. And now a poke away as Macy Walker has it knocked out of her hands by Katie Robertson. Substitution, Deanne Cow comes in for the Lady Quakers for Kia Farrell. And Kendall Spears comes in for Mackenzie Reeder. Our first substitutions of the game. 4:12 remains in this opening quarter of play. And the Lady Hawks with the basketball and a 6-point lead. Shelby Patterson, left-hand dribble, free throw line, tried to lay it off to Erica Pope. And it will go out of bounds. And they'll say it went out of bounds off of the bad pass. So we will now see Kayla Williams enter the basketball game for Coach Anthony Mann's Lady Hawks as she comes in for Haley Taylor. Plainfield gets the ball up. Shot from just in front of the arc. No good by Mackenzie Jeffries. And coming away with it for the Hawks is Shelby Patterson. Left side down the lane. Baseline drive. No good by Williams. But a whistle will stop play as we have a foul that will be called against the Lady Hawks.
Foul called on number 23.
Brittany Daly will be called for her first, team third. Erica Pope will take a seat. Michaela Trent in for the Hawks with 3:46 remaining in this first quarter. And Plainfield trailing 9-3. Outlet pass comes into the front court. The feed goes from Jeffries to Spears. Spears shot no good. And once again, Patterson with a rebound for Decatur Central. And as she tries to throw it down to the near corner, trying to get the ball into the hands of Kayla Williams. Williams can't hold on to the basketball. And the ball will go back into the hands of the Plainfield Lady Quakers. Quakers with only a Mackenzie Jeffries three-point basket to show for the first 4.5 minutes of action here in this first quarter. Spears gives it up left side. Shot from the left arc is no good by the left elbow by Katie Robertson. Ball will go out of bounds, though, as Decatur Central can't hold on to the rebound. It'll go out of bounds and it'll go back to Plainfield with 3:10 remaining in quarter number 1. Triggering the inbound will be Kendall Spears. She'll get the ball in the hands of Katie Robertson. Down the left side, just left of the low block. Shot is no good by Kendall Spears, but Deanne Cow will put it back up, and she'll get the bucket, and it will be a 9-5 Decatur Central lead. There's a long-range three. That's a bomb by Shelby Patterson. Patterson nails the bomb, and she now has 5 points, a 12-5 Decatur Central lead. Driving baseline, Kendall Spears tries to lay it up off the glass with the right hand. Shot's no good. It's short, but a foul is going to be called against the Lady Hawks. Brittany Daly will be called for her second personal foul. It is the 4th team foul against the Hawks, and Kendall Spears is at the line to shoot 2. Spears' first free throw is good. Haley Taylor back in for the Hawks as Brittany Daly will sit down with 3 points and 2 fouls. One more free throw for Spears. Kendall looks good on both of them. She has her first 2 points, and it's a 5-point Decatur Central lead with 2:37 left to go first quarter. Moving around to Williams from the left wing, guarded closely by Spears. Nice bounce pass, and making the drive is Shelby Patterson, but they'll say, Macy Walker, but they'll say she forgot to put the ball on the court surface first. She'll be called for steps, and the ball goes back to Plainfield. Lady Quakers trail by 5 with 2:27 remaining in this opening quarter of play. Right side in the hands of Brittany Daly. They get it down into the corner. 3 ball from the corner is up and good by Mackenzie Jeffries. Her second 3-point basket. She has 6 points. And the Lady Quakers have cut the deficit to 2 at 12-10 as we get close to 2 minutes left to play in this opening quarter. Shelby Patterson with the ball right wing. Drives, right-hand dribble, kicks the ball out. Almost left it short. Dribbling the basketball was Haley Taylor. She finds Kayla Williams. Her drive is no good, but Taylor with a rebound loses the basketball, and Plainfield looks to tie on this possession. Left side, they find Jeffries. Jeffries down in the low block. Nice bounce pass. They get the ball into the hands of Sophia Wilson on a nice bounce pass. And Wilson will head to the line to see if she can complete the 3-point play. And head coach Anthony Mann is going to call a 30-second timeout as the Quakers have come back to tie this game, and Sophia Wilson will be at the line to see if she can give Plainfield their first lead of this contest with a free throw. 1:39 left to go in this first quarter. It is Plainfield 12, Decatur Central 12. This is high school basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Please contact Ms. Kelly McWilliams in the DCHS Athletic Office. Offense, the Lady Hawks will be back in action as we host Fishers. This next
1:39 left to go in this first quarter. We're tied at 12 as Plainfield gets a couple of big 3-point baskets from Mackenzie Jeffries. And now Sophia Wilson on a drive gets the bucket and is trying for the 3-point play. Gets front iron, it falls off. It goes out of bounds, and they'll say it went off of a Quaker, and the ball belongs to the Lady Hawks. Erica Pope back in for Decatur Central. She's going to come in for Macy Walker. Tied at 12 is now full court pressure by Plainfield as Patterson with the basketball will get it across the timeline. Right-hand dribble, gets a screen by Erica Pope. Pick and roll, defended nicely. Pope will try to force it through, and she's going to be called for traveling. Coming up to meet Pope was Deanne Cow on a good bit of defense on defending the pick and roll. Quakers with the basketball looking for their first lead of the contest. Here's Jeffries. Her 3 this time rolls off the back of the rim. The Cow has the rebound. She'll get the ball to Robertson. Robertson will back it out, find Jeffries. Here's another 3. That rims out, no good. And Haley Taylor has the rebound for the Hawks. Shelby Patterson with the ball, left wing. Looks for Pope at the high post. Instead, will give the ball up to Haley Taylor. They'll swing it outside to Kayla Williams and back now to Patterson. Patterson guarded closely by Mackenzie Jeffries. And as she makes a move, drives right baseline, we'll have a whistle and a foul. And the foul will be called against Deanne Cow. Her first, team second against the Lady Quakers. And Shelby Patterson will be at the line to shoot a pair. Patterson with 5 points, including one from beyond the arc. And her first free throw is good. 44.1 seconds remain in this opening quarter. Hawks back up 13-12. And Macy Walker will be in for Shelby Patterson should Patterson make this free throw. Second free throw is up. That rims out. With a rebound is Kendall Spears. And Spears into the front court. Goes right side to Sophia Wilson. Wilson left side. Mackenzie Jeffries down in the low post. She gets Kendall Spears. Spears almost loses it. Goes up. Ball goes out of bounds, but they'll say it went off of a white-clad Lady Hawk, and it'll stay in the hands of the Quakers. 29.9 seconds remain as Macy Walker comes in for Shelby Patterson. Plainfield triggers the inbounds. Deanne Cow, nice entry pass. And on the inbound play, they get the ball into Kendall Spears. Spears gets the bucket, and the Quakers have their first lead at 14-13. 17 seconds remain first quarter. As the Hawks move it around, this is Walker. She tries to go down low, stolen by Spears. Spears takes it, drives, lays it up, gets the foul called. She took the Spears, tried to take it coast to coast. But the ball she is fouled on the layup. And she is fouled by Macy Walker, her second. And the sixth team foul against the Lady Hawks. Kendall Spears with a pair of free throws hits the first. And Shelby Patterson will come back in. As we have 7.4 seconds. It was the 16th foul against Decatur Central, so Quakers will be shooting free throws the remaining of this half. Second free throw, no good. Chase down is the rebound. Trying to get it back into Spears. It's no good. Half-court shot by Kayla Williams clangs off the backboard, and that's the end of the first quarter. Plainfield starts slow, but they end fast, and they end the first period up by a bucket as they lead Decatur Central 15-13. This is high school basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Welcome back to Decatur Central High School. Girls-boys doubleheader action tonight on Audio Sports Online. Plainfield starts slow as Decatur Central started this basketball game with a 6-0 run, but it's the Quakers that lead after 8 minutes of play, 15-13. Mackenzie Jeffries with 6 points on the strength of 2 3-point baskets, 5 points for Kendall Spears, and she is 3 of 4 from the free throw line, while Lady Hawks are led by Shelby Patterson, 6 points. It's Plainfield with the basketball to begin quarter number 2 as Sophia Wilson drives left side of the lane, lays it off the glass with the left hand, no good. Rebounded by Haley Taylor of Decatur Central. Outlet pass is a 3-ball into the far corner by Kayla Williams. Shot no good. Taylor with a rebound and on a nice find. She finds Shelby Patterson driving the left side of the lane. Patterson converts it. And we're tied at 15, but not for long, as Sophia Wilson this time tries her luck down the right side of the lane, and she's rewarded with the layup. And Plainfield back up on top, 17-15. Erica Pope now with the basketball, and she's called for traveling as she can't quite keep her feet underneath her. And the ball goes out of bounds, but not before she is called for steps. 17-15 It is the Quakers with the basketball and the 2-point lead. As we are just about 60 seconds into this quarter. Here's a shot from the left elbow, no good by Sophia Williams, and they'll say it went off of the Quakers. Try to reset the lineups quickly here. It is for the Hawks, Kayla Williams, Shelby Patterson, Erica Pope, Haley Taylor, and Michaela Trent, the 5 out for Coach Anthony Mann. We'll get the Quaker lineup in just a moment. This is Shelby Patterson with the basketball. She now has 8 points. She finds Haley Taylor. Taylor with a shot fake back out to Patterson. 3 ball is short off of the front of the rim. Kendall Spears comes away with a rebound for Plainfield. She'll come up to the near wing, guarded by Haley Taylor. Now stolen away by Patterson. Patterson drives, lays it off with the right hand, and Shelby Patterson completes the break. She has 10 points, and we are tied at 17. Drive left side, Katie Robertson. She leaves it off for Wilson. Just grazed the side of the rim. And Trent comes away with a rebound for the Lady Hawks. It is Deanne Cow, Sophia Wilson, Kendall Spears, Katie Robertson, and Maddie O'Day, the 5 out there for Coach Kurt Benge. Here's Haley Taylor. Shot 3 from the corner is no good. Rebounded by Katie Robertson of Plainfield. She'll go right side. 3 ball by O'Day is off the back iron. No good, but unable to, they'll say it went off of a Quaker. And the ball goes back to Decatur Central. 4 new players for Coach Kurt Benge. It will be Mackenzie Reeder. Try to get him up here for you. Mackenzie Reeder now in. Kylie Dostin now in. Mackenzie Jeffries back in. And Kia Farrell back in. 17 all with 5:27 left to go in this first half. Patterson harassed by Dostin. Gives it off to Williams. Williams down to Trent. Back out to Williams. Drives the lane, kicks it out. Patterson spins in the lane. Right-hand runner is up and good. 12 points for Shelby Patterson, and the Lady Hawks back out on front by 2, 19-17, as we are 3 minutes in to this first quarter. Turnaround jumper from the near corner is Kia Farrell, and that will once again tie this game at 19. So back and forth action, plenty of ties and lead changes. This time Shelby Patterson looking for Erica Pope on the low blocks. Can't get her the basketball. It goes out of bounds and will belong to Plainfield. Brittany Daly and Macy Walker come in. Erica Pope and Kayla Williams depart for Coach Mann's Lady Hawks. Tied at 19, 4:36 left to go in this first half. Here's a steal. Driving and putting it up, and too strong was Haley Taylor. But there following the play was Shelby Patterson. She has 8 points in the quarter, 14 in the game. Nice entry pass as they get it down low as Mackenzie Jeffries finds Mackenzie Reeder. And we will have a timeout on the court with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this first half. We're all knotted up at 21. This is high school basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Brian Scott back with you from Decatur Central High School. Girls, boys doubleheader in mid-state conference action as Plainfield and Decatur Central hook up on a Friday night. For the girls, their second, next to the last game for both teams is the 2012-2013 regular season will end next week. And we'll talk more about that at halftime as we take you around the mid-state conference and take a look at some of the sectional matchups that could be possible. This Sunday is the draw for the 2013 Girls IHSAA Basketball Tournament. So by Sunday night, both these teams will know who they're going to be playing in the opening round of sectionals. Decatur Central has the basketball as Macy Walker will bring it up the near side and across the timeline. Left-hand dribble guarded by Mackenzie Jeffries. And now here's a steal. Mackenzie Reeder will take it. Little hesitation, and she will get the bucket. For Reeder, her 4th point. And Plainfield back up by 2, 23-21, 3:50 left to go in this first half. Macy Walker, right side, Haley Taylor, guarded by Maddie O'Day, and they'll move the ball back around. Trent finds Patterson at the left wing. Patterson with 14 points, and we have a whistle away from the ball. And a foul is going to be called against Plainfield.
Foul called on the Quakers, number 20.
Kia Farrell will be called for the foul. Erica Pope back in. And she'll come in for Michaela Trent, and leaving will be Maddie O'Day. As coming back in, I will check that in a minute. And here's a 3 ball from the corner by Haley Taylor. Taylor with 5 points gives the Hawks back the lead at 24-23. Left side making a move is Kendall Wheeler, who's now in. Ball is almost lost, but Kylie Dostin with the basketball. Here's a shot from just at the free throw line. It goes out of bounds by Katie Robertson, and the ball goes back in the hands of Decatur Central. It is Kia Farrell, Kylie Dostin, Mackenzie Jeffries, and Mackenzie Reeder as substitutions as Sophia Wilson comes in for Kylie Dostin. So Wilson, Reeder, and we'll get them turned around here so we can see Kia Farrell and Katie Robertson. But Decatur Central has the basketball, looking to inbound on full court pressure. They get the ball into Macy Walker. Macy will bring it into the front court, goes left side, and now throws the ball away. Patterson was looking for a cut to the basket. Walker was expecting her to cut to the corner, and the miscommunication leads to a turnover, and the ball goes back into the hands of the Quakers, trailing by 1 at 24-23 with 2:50 left to go in this first half of play. Mackenzie Jeffries, nice entry pass, but it's knocked away, and here come Macy Walker and the Hawks. Walker to Patterson. Patterson looking for Pope, double team. She'll give it up top. Ball fake and driving the lane is Brittany Daly, and we'll have a whistle, and that will stop the action on the court as the foul will go as they're looking to see who it will go against. Now the officials questioning who the foul was going to be called against, and we'll get this straightened out and let you know as soon as we know.
Foul was called on number 24, Kendall Wheeler.
Kendall Wheeler was called for the personal, but I don't think she was in the game.
Correction, the foul was called on number 23, Katie Robertson.
That's what we thought. Kendall Wheeler wasn't even in the game at the time, so it's her second, team 5th. Decatur Central has committed 16 fouls, but nothing since the end of the first quarter, because their next foul would be their 7th and put Plainfield at the line. But so far, good job by the Hawks of not committing that 17th foul. Hawks with the basketball and a 1-point lead, 24-23, 2:20 left to go first half. Patterson up top. Here's Brittany Daly from just the top of the key, just in front of the arc. And Brittany Daly hits the jumper. She has 5 points, and the Hawk lead is extended to 3 at 26-23. In the lane, stolen by Macy Walker. She steals the pass, leaves it off to Patterson, gets it right back, and finishes off the break. Good job by Macy Walker and Shelby Patterson. They get the fast break and the easy transition bucket. They Hawks now lead 28-23. Here's another steal as Quakers trying to make some long passes. Shot is up. It is no good by Brittany Daly. And we have a whistle and a timeout called by Kurt Benge and the Plainfield Lady Quakers. With 1:36 left to go in this first half, it's the Hawks 28 and the Quakers 23. This is high school basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Game one of a doubleheader tonight here at Decatur Central. Girls tip things off, and the boys will finish the nightcap. And a girls-boys doubleheader on Audio Sports Online. I'm so glad that you could join us tonight here on ASO. Out of the timeout for the Hawks, it will be Walker, Patterson, Pope, Daly, and Taylor. It is Wilson, Gillenwater, and with the basketball now, Mackenzie Reeder. Baseline pass to Betsy Gillenwater, and Gillenwater with the bucket. Makes it a 28-25 contest as Gillenwater gets her first 2 points. Katie Robertson and Mackenzie Jeffries round out the Quaker lineup as Erica Pope gets the ball down in the low blocks, and she gets her second bucket of the night. She has 4 points, and with a minute left, it's 30-25 in favor of Decatur Central. Gillenwater gives it up. Nice baseline pass as they make the entry pass to Mackenzie Jeffries from Mackenzie Reeder. And Jeffries is fouled and will head to the line.
Foul was called on number 23 for the Hawks.
Brittany Daly will pick up her third personal. And the 17th foul as Reeder is at the line shooting a pair. Officials making sure it's a 2-shot foul as Reeder hits the first of 2. Kendall Spears comes in for Mackenzie Reeder. And leaving is Brittany Daly. Sydney Catt will come in to replace Daly, who sits down with 5 points and 3 fouls. Second free throw by Reeder is up. It's good. She has 6. And it's a 3-point lead for the Lady Hawks with 50 seconds remaining in this first half of play. Walker left side to Taylor at the wing. Back up top to Pope. Pope with a right-hand driver gives it back off to Macy Walker. Walker finds Cat, but it's through her hands and into the hands of Katie Robertson. Nice outlet pass to Gillenwater, and Gillenwater is going to be fouled from behind by Macy Walker. Walker thought she got a clean strip, but she's going to be called for the personal foul. More importantly, that is her third personal. So some foul trouble now for the Lady Hawks as Macy Walker and Brittany Daly both with 3 personals. Betsy Gillenwater at the line to shoot a pair. First one rims out. Kayla Williams will come in as Walker will depart with the 3 fouls. Second free throw from Gillenwater on its way. That one's no good as well. Cat with a rebound for the Hawks. They still lead by 3 with under 30 seconds remaining in this first half as Shelby Patterson look to maybe take a little air out of the basketball. Directing traffic, they get it into Cat at the free throw line, back out to Patterson, right side to Pope. 15 seconds remain in the half as the Hawks swing it around. They get it to Cat, free throw line, ball is knocked loose. Patterson will get the basketball, and she's going to be fouled by Sophia Wilson, which will be Wilson's first 15 foul against the Lady Quakers. 8.5 seconds remain. Hawks with a 3-point lead, 30-27. We've seen numerous lead changes, but the Hawks have been up by as much as 6. They lead by 3. 4 seconds remain. Patterson for 3. That's off the rim. No good. Ball is loose. It goes out of bounds, and that's the end of the first half of play. Hawks start off on a 6-0 run to begin this contest. They watch the Quakers battle back, and both teams switch the leads back and forth before Decatur Central heads to the locker room at the break with a 3-point lead, 30-27. This is high school basketball and audio sports online. Stay tuned. We'll have some halftime stats. We'll take you around the Mid-State Conference and let you know about some of the other teams that both of these teams could be facing in sectional action in just a little over 2 weeks.
How about a round of applause for your DC dance team as they do a performance for you here at halftime. How about another round of applause for the DC dance team? Now, all fans, for your viewing pleasure, we'll have our half-court competition. Caesar Mann is in attendance. He has 3 lucky contestants who will be shooting for a chance to win the Party Party. How about a round of applause for Mr. Cody Compton, Alec DeFord, and Riker Stout?
Halftime at Decatur Central High School. Game 1 of a girls-boys doubleheader as the ladies take the court to begin this doubleheader. And at the break, the home Decatur Central Lady Hawks lead the Plainfield Quakers by the score of 30-27. We'll talk more about first half after we talk about what's happening in the Mid-State Conference. As again, we come down to the final week of the 2012-2013 regular season for girls basketball. As we look around the Mid-State Conference, at the top of the conference standings is Greenwood. They're 14-4 overall, but they have a perfect 6-0 record in Mid-State play. Mooresville is in second place. They also have a 14-4 record, but they're 4-1 in conference play. However, the Lady Pioneers have won their last 2 contests. Whiteland 9-10 overall, but 3-2 in the conference. Decatur Central comes in tied with Whiteland, 3-2 in the conference, 7-11 overall. But the Lady Hawks have lost their last 4 contests. Martinsville 10-9 overall, but only 1 win in conference play. They're 1-4 in the conference. Plainfield follows 7-11 overall, also 1-4 in conference play. And Franklin rounds out Mid-State Conference standings, 6-12 overall, winless in conference play at 0-5. And the Lady Grizzly Clubs have lost their last 6 games. Let's take a look at action from this week as we head into games on tonight. As we take a look that, well, I will have to apologize because I evidently hit the wrong button when I printed that off. So we'll give a minute there and we'll bring that back up and let you know who is playing where in just a moment. In the meantime, again, both of these teams have been looking at, we'll start looking for sectional action here in the next week, as the draw will be this coming Sunday. IHSAA will be having their draw for the sectional pairings. So both these teams looking with great interest to see who they will draw in what will be some pretty competitive conferences. First off, for Plainfield, of course, they're playing in sectional, this Terre Haute South sectional, and that includes some very good teams. Mooresville is 12-4 overall, 14-4 overall, excuse me. Terre Haute North 13-6, Martinsville 10-9, Terre Haute South 12-7. So some tougher competition in there. Plainfield is 0-4 against sectional opponents so far this year. So they'll be looking with great interest to see who they can get a draw. Only team with a worse record is Northview, though Northview is 7-11 as well as Plainfield. For Decatur Central, of course, they will also have a very, very tough sectional as they will be playing at the Brownsburg sectional, and that's got some tough teams, some of which Decatur Central's already gotten a big taste of as they've only won one contest against sectional opponents. That was against Perry Meridian at the beginning of the year. But you've got the sectional that includes Pike, currently number 14 number 16, Brownsburg, and also Ben Davis, all in that same sectional. Though Ben Davis is a bit on the downside this year. These two, Ben Davis and Decatur Central, played just not too long ago, with Ben Davis coming away the 10-point winner. As I mentioned, games that's going on in the Mid-State Conference this week leading up to the end of the season. Earlier this week, on Tuesday, Center Grove defeated Greenwood 56-46. It was Columbus North 59, Whiteland 44. Mooresville defeated Terre Haute South 48-46. And, of course, Plainfield defeated Avon 40-26. On Thursday, Roncalli defeated Franklin 64-38. It was Martinsville 60, Columbus East 50. Two games on the girls' side in action tonight. Of course, the one that you are watching right now, Plainfield and Decatur Central in Whiteland, is at Mooresville. One game tomorrow night, Martinsville will be at Franklin. I should say tomorrow afternoon. It's a 2:30 matinee. And then to wrap up the regular season on Tuesday, Franklin is at Shelbyville, Greenwood at Indian Creek. Plainfield will be at Northview, and Whiteland will be at Greenfield Central. On Thursday, Greenfield Central will take on Greenwood, Martinsville at Bloomington South, and Southport is at Mooresville. And the Lady Hawks will wrap up the 2012-2013 regular season when they host the Fishers Ladies Tigers back here at Decatur Central. That game will tip off at 7:30. Let's go ahead and give you our halftime stats as the teams have made their way back out onto the court as we get ready for second half action with the Decatur Central Lady Hawks leading the Lady Quakers of Plainfield by the score of 30-27. Decatur Central started this game with a 6-0 run. That, of course, that forced Kurt Benge to call an early timeout, and that kind of got the Quakers' feet back under them as they started to make a run and eventually would come back to take an early first quarter lead, or early lead after the first quarter, 15-13. But Decatur Central has outscored the Lady Quakers 17-12 here in the second quarter to take the 30-27 lead. For the Lady Quakers, they have 4 points from Sophia Wilson, 6 points from Mackenzie Jeffries, 5 from Kendall Spears, 2 from Kia Farrell, 6 points from Mackenzie Reeder, 2 points from Deanne Cowell, and Betsy Gillenwater also has 2 points. For the Lady Hawks, they have 2 points from Macy Walker, 14 points from Shelby Patterson, 4 points from Erica Pope, 5 points from Brittany Daly, and 5 points from Haley Taylor. For the Lady Hawks, they've been able to hit on 2 threes, and for the Quakers, they got 2 threes from Mackenzie Jeffries in that first quarter that helped bring the Quakers back into this contest as the two teams traded the lead back and forth. Several ties and lead changes there in that first half before Decatur Central was able to get the lead back up to 5, and they lead here at the break by 3, 30-27. So we're getting ready for second half action. Game 1 of a girl-boy doubleheader. Boys will be playing following this contest, expecting the tip-off at around 7:45. As we begin the second half, we will see for Plainfield, it will be Sophia Wilson, Mackenzie Reeder, Katie Robertson, Mackenzie Jeffries, and Kia Farrell. That is their starting 5. And for Coach Anthony Mann, he will have, looks like Kayla Williams, Erica Pope, Shelby Patterson, Macy Walker, and Haley Taylor to begin the second half of action. Only foul trouble belongs to Decatur Central, as both Macy Walker and Brittany Daly had 3 fouls each. Walker will start the second half, while Daly will be on the bench to begin the second half. Decatur Central, clad in white, will have the basketball to begin the second half. And the Lady Quakers are in red. So second half action underway as Macy Walker has the basketball, guarded by Sophia Wilson. Pass to Shelby Patterson. She tries to throw it up, get the bucket. No good. She takes a tumble, and now she comes back behind Katie Robertson, who had the basketball. Entry pass in the low post to Kia Farrell. She dribbles, leaves the ball off to Mackenzie Reeder. Reeder's shot rolls off the back rim. Loose ball comes right back to her, and the ball will go out of bounds, and it will stay in the hands of Plainfield, trailing 30-27, as we are just 31 seconds into this third quarter. On the inbounds play, Mackenzie Reeder puts it up and in. She has 8 points, and it's the 30-29 in favor of Decatur Central. Macy Walker with the basketball will dribble it back to the center court. Looks for a screen from Taylor. Now Taylor moves, and Pope gives the screen. Here's Shelby Patterson in the lane with a right-hander. It's short. Ball is loose. It's still loose. Patterson comes away with it and will back it up behind the arc. She'll give it to Taylor. Taylor's three is short. Rebound comes back to Taylor as the ball's knocked around. Taylor was trying to save it, but it'll go out of bounds. It'll belong to Plainfield. Trailing by just a point now with 6:47 left to go in the third quarter, 30-29. Sophia Wilson gets it into the front court for Plainfield as they swing it up top to Mackenzie Reeder. Ball is poked out of bounds, and they'll say it belongs still to the Quakers as Shelby Patterson got a finger on it. And Wilson, they'll throw it in the backcourt, and Wilson will once again bring it up front. Finds Robertson, right side. Robertson from the right elbow lays it off. Here's a shot by Farrell. It's no good. Ball is finally ripped away by Macy Walker. Outlets left side. Kayla Williams gets the bucket and one. Kayla Williams with her first points of the contest, and she's heading to the line to try to convert the three-point play.
Foul called on number 33, Deanne Howell. Her second, team's first.
Yeah, they've called it on 33. There is no 33. It might be 23. Anyway, the free throw is no good. Sophia Wilson's called for the foul. We've got an official that calls fouls a little strangely when he flashes the numbers, and it's been confusing to say the least. That shot's no good, and the Quakers will head back on defense now, trailing by 3, 32-29, as the Hawks have the basketball as we approach the 6-minute mark left to go in quarter number 3. So Wilson, her second, team first in the second half. This is Macy Walker with the basketball around a Williams screen. Right-hand dribble, lays it off. Haley Taylor with the basketball now. Taylor, entry pass to Pope. Pope guarded by Farrell, puts up the shot, rolls off the back iron, no good. And Robertson has the rebound for the Lady Quakers. She will go right side to Jeffries. Jeffries down low to Farrell. Farrell looking for somewhere to go with the basketball. Nice bounce pass. She leaves it for Robertson, but her shot is short off the rim, and Williams has the rebound for Decatur Central. To Walker, back to Williams, top of the key, backside Walker, right wing, and Walker will back it out. 5:21 left to go in this third quarter, 32-29, Decatur Central with the lead in the basketball. Shelby Patterson, long-range three, that's short off the rim. Farrell with a rebound for the Quakers. Sophia Wilson will bring it into the front court. Drives left side, nowhere to go, backs it out. She'll leave it off to Katie Robertson. Robertson finds Farrell. Farrell drives in the lane, puts a shot up with the right hand. It's no good, but a whistle and a foul will be called against Decatur Central. Kayla Williams will pick up her first, team first. And Kia Farrell is at the line. First free throw is good. Maddie O'Day and Kendall Spears enter. As departing will be Mackenzie Reeder and Katie Robertson. One more free throw for Farrell. And that one is good as well. She has 4 points, and she will depart now, and Deanne Cowell will enter for Plainfield. Exactly 5 minutes remain in this third quarter. The Hawks with a 32-31 advantage as now Erica Pope will leave, and Gabby Burr will come in. This is Macy Walker with the basketball. Left side, this is Patterson. Patterson, 14 points in that first half. They get the ball to Taylor. Taylor back to Walker. Walker drives back out to Taylor. And now back to Shelby Patterson. Good defense by the Lady Quakers. Burr with the screen. And with the steal, however, is Kendall Spears for Plainfield. So Plainfield looking to retake the lead on the steal. They trail 32-31. They lay it off, try to get it down into the hands of Kendall Spears on the entry pass by Deanne Cowell, and a whistle will stop play. And the foul is going to go against Decatur Central.
Foul's called on Decatur Central's number 24, Haley Taylor.
It is against Haley Taylor, her second, team second. Entry pass is finally corralled by Deanne Cowell. Her turnaround jumper is too strong. Ball is loose. Saved by Wilson. She kicks it out, and the three ball is up and good by Maddie O'Day. And it is Plainfield that takes the 33-32 advantage. 3:52 left to go. Third quarter. Quakers up by a point. Burr down low to Taylor. Taylor's bumped on the entry pass. And this one looks like it'll go against Kendall Spears of Plainfield. Her first. Second team foul against the Quakers in the second half. And Taylor triggers the inbounds to Patterson. Patterson looks at Burr. Nice spin move. Turnaround from the right side of the lane is no good, however. And Wilson has the rebound for Plainfield. They're up by a point with 3:33. Wilson takes it right down the middle of the lane, but the layup is no good. Loose ball finally controlled by Haley Taylor of Decatur Central. She gives it to Patterson. Back to Taylor. Three ball on its way. That's no good. Ball loose. Getting the rebound was Williams, and she'll back it out beyond the arc. Now drives, goes right side to Patterson. Patterson back over top, finds Williams, and Kayla Williams hits the three from the left wing, and Decatur Central now back up on top. 35-33 with 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Nice bounce pass, and finding cutting baseline Deanne Cowell on a nice feed by Kendall Spears. And we are all tied at 35. In the lane, Patterson to Taylor. Taylor down to Burr on the low blocks. Burr back out to Taylor, over the top to Macy Walker. Walker reverses, gives it over to Kendall Williams. Williams just hit that three, loses it, but right into the hands of Taylor. Taylor finds Shelby Patterson cutting through the lane. And Shelby Patterson gets the bucket, and we're going to have a timeout as Patterson, with her 16th point, gives the Hawks a 2-point lead, 37-35, with 2:21 remaining in this third quarter of play. You're watching high school basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Community Health Network, Royal Spa, Jones Mortuary, Tire Barn Warehouse, Edwards Drive-In. To get information about corporate sponsorship or to advertise in the Hawk Sport magazine.
Brian Scott back with you from Decatur Central High School. Girls, boys, doubleheader action tonight. Girls are currently on the court. Boys will be to follow. And right now it's the home team, Decatur Central, with the 2-point lead, 37-35. And 2:21 remains in the third quarter. And it's Sophia Wilson, Kendall Spears, Maddie O'Day, Katie Robertson, and Deanne Cowell on the court for Kurt Bengye's Lady Quakers, and they'll have the basketball as out of the timeout. And it looks like Decatur Central will go 2-3 zone. They swing it around to O'Day, down in the corner to Wilson, and they'll reverse the ball. Driving, O'Day kicks it out. And they feed it down low to Deanne Cowell. She finds a cutting Kendall Spears, but Spears can't finish it off and goes back to Decatur Central. Sitting down is Gabby Burr, as making her first appearance is Haley Pace for the Hawks, as Decatur Central is up by 2, 37-35 with a minute 50 left to go third quarter. It is Pace, top of the key, right side Macy Walker, who's played this third quarter without picking up her fourth foul. Here is the three ball by Kayla Williams. It's no good. Getting the rebound was Macy Walker, but stolen away by Kendall Spears. Kendall with the basketball, drives, stops, lays it off, laying it up with a right hand and making it too long was Katie Robertson, as it just rolled back off the front of the rim. Decatur Central has the ball back. Shelby Patterson, long-range three, as she got it into Pace. Pace kicked it back out. Patterson's shot's no good, but Decatur Central gets the rebound. Macy Walker with the basketball now. She backs it up between the circles with a minute 7 left to go in the quarter. She finds Haley Taylor. Taylor finds Patterson, but Patterson can't hold on to the pass. It slips through her hands and goes into the hands of Plainfield. Plainfield has the basketball. Three-ball corner on its way is up. It's good by Katie Robertson. Robertson with her first basket. It's a three. And the Quakers are back out on front, 38-37, with 42 seconds remaining in the quarter. Been a tight game throughout. Biggest lead has been 6. That was for Decatur Central. Plainfield's biggest lead, I believe, has been 3. Here's Haley Taylor for 3. That shot's no good. With a rebound, Kayla Williams, and now we have a whistle and a foul. But 24.2 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and the Hawks trailing 38-37. Foul go against Maddie O'Day. And she'll depart now as Mackenzie Reeder returns. Mackenzie Jeffries also comes in. And Betsy Gillenwater comes in. Gillenwater will come in for Deanne Cowell. Erica Pope comes in for Coach Anthony Mann. She'll give Haley Taylor a break. 24.2 seconds left. Williams finds Patterson. Patterson got the ball in the front court. Finds Macy Walker. Back to Patterson, left side. This is Williams. Williams to Patterson. Now the ball is stolen away. Here comes the Quakers. Bounce pass over to Jeffries. Jeffries loses it, and now it's stolen by Patterson. 4 seconds remain. Here's Patterson, left side. Williams shoots the ball. It's off of the side of the rim. No good. Good try by Kayla Williams as she realized she had some time to get her feet underneath him and get the shot up. It was still, though, a little short. And at the buzzer, the Hawks will find themselves trailing by a point, 38-37, as we head to the fourth quarter here on Audio Sports Online. It's Plainfield 38, Decatur Central 37. This is high school basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Welcome back to Decatur Central High School. Boys-girls doubleheader action tonight here in the Mid-State Conference as Plainfield and Decatur Central tip it off here tonight. And after 3 quarters in the girls' game, it's the visiting Lady Quakers up 38-37 over Decatur Central. Plainfield outscoring the Hawks 11-7 in that third quarter. It'll be the Quakers with the basketball to begin quarter number 4. They'll look over a 2-3 zone. As Mackenzie Jeffries pops, and hits the three. That is her third three-point basket, and it's the largest lead for the Quakers at 41-37. And now we have a whistle as the ball goes out of bounds. They'll say it belongs to Decatur Central. Shelby Patterson looking for some help as far as where players were supposed to cut. We'll give you the lineups in just a moment. Patterson will throw it into the backcourt to Macy Walker. It was Walker, Patterson, Brittany Daly now back on, Erica Pope, and Haley Pace. Pace down to Pope. Pope spins in the lane. Right hand is up, and it is good. Pope now with 6 points. We go the other way, and just like that, Mackenzie Jeffries hits her second three of the quarter. She has 4 baskets, all of them three, 12 points, 43-39. The Quakers with the lead. The Hawks with the basketball with 7:02 remaining in the game. Right side, this is Daly, who sat all of that third quarter with 3 personal fouls. Drives, right baseline, puts a shot up. It's long, gets her own rebound, puts the ball back up, won't get the bucket. She's going to earn herself a trip to the free throw line. Foul will go against Kendall Spears.
Number 14, Kendall Spears.
That's her second, and the 4th team foul against Plainfield. So Daly at the line to shoot 2. Misses the first. Sophia Wilson back in for the Quakers. She'll come in for Kendall Spears. Spears sits down with 5 points, all of them in the first quarter. One more for Daly. Daly had 5 points in the first half, but ran into a bit of foul trouble. She misses them both as the rebound comes down to Mackenzie Reeder of Plainfield. Quakers with a 4-point lead. 6:43 remain in this in this ball game, I should say, and a nice little turnaround jumper by Katie Robertson. She has 5 points, and that extends the lead to 45-39. Macy Walker with the basketball backs it out. Plainfield's played man-to-man this entire contest. Walker drives, stop, jump, and hits the jumper. Walker's second basket, she has 4 points. Back to a 4-point lead for the Quakers. They swing it around, 3-ball on its way, and Mackenzie Jeffries has hit 3 3-point baskets in this quarter, 5 in the game. She has 15 points, and the lead is now 7 at 48-41. Shelby Patterson, she will work on Jeffries. Now kick it left side to Brittany Daly. Daly finds Pace. Pace, jumper from just top of the key. And we'll have a whistle and a foul, I believe, on the rebound. As Pace shot was no good. And Mackenzie Reeder will pick up her first foul. 15 foul against Plainfield. So Decatur Central's Patterson will trigger the inbound. She finds Pace, back to Patterson. Patterson, jumper from the left of the lane, no good, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, that's short. Rebounded by Reeder, and Quakers will bring it the other way. Quakers up by 7, 5:24 left to go in this contest. Reeder finds Jeffries. Jeffries this time shot partially blocked by Patterson. Kia Farrell couldn't control the rebound. Long outlet pass, Shelby Patterson. Her shot might have been tipped, and Reeder comes down with a rebound for Plainfield to Farrell. Farrell left side, Jeffries' jumper is on its way, and she finally hits one that's not a 3. But she now has 11 points in the quarter, 17 points in the game, and that'll cause Anthony Mann of Decatur Central to call a timeout with 4:57 remaining as Mackenzie Jeffries, 11 points here in the quarter just alone all by herself.
Timeout is number 24.
And what was once a 1-point lead after 3 has been stretched to 9 with 4:57 left to go in this fourth quarter. Boys action to follow here on Audio Sports Online as the Quakers and the Hawks will wrap up this boy-girl doubleheader. Fans, I want to remind you that all games that we video broadcast here on Audio Sports Online are also available via our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, search Audio Sports Online, and all of our games that we've done via video broadcast will be available this season on YouTube. You can post them to Facebook, share them via Twitter, email them to friends and family, all totally courtesy of audiosportsonline.com. Kenzie Jeffries, 11 points in the quarter, 13 points for Plainfield this quarter. And they've opened up a 9-point lead over the host, Decatur Central Lady Hawks. Haley Taylor will trigger the inbound from the baseline as there's some question about who's supposed to be out on the court. As Erica Pope finally makes her way back onto the court. Taylor inbounds to Macy Walker. 3-ball on its way. That's off the back iron, no good. Pace with a rebound. She kicks it out. Brittany Daly thought about the three. Instead, will give it back to Macy Walker. 4:45 remains. Daly with a basketball, looking for Pace, but well defended in the low post. Now they get it to Pace. Pace works on Farrell. Right-hand runner rolls around, and Haley Pace is able to get her first points, and it makes it a 7-point Quaker lead. Sophia Wilson works on Taylor, drives right side of the lane, throws it up, and gets the bucket. Wilson with a tough shot, manages to get it to fall. For Wilson, that's her 6th point. It's back to a 9-point lead. Walker leaves it off for Pace, and it's blocked out of bounds by Kia Farrell. Nice find by Macy Walker, finding Pace down in the low blocks left side, but better job defensively by Kia Farrell. Taylor will find Macy Walker. Shelby Patterson getting a bit of a breather before she's brought back for the final, I would say 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, so we are now under 4 minutes left to go in the game. They get the ball into the hands of Taylor. She gives it to Pace. Pace drives left of the lane, leaves it off of the left hand. Pace now with 4 points, 52-45. Plainfield with the basketball and the lead. 3:38 remains in the game. And getting the basketball was Katie Robertson, and she's going to be fouled. And I believe, we'll see if it goes on Daly or Pace. It'll go on Daly. That'll be her 4th. So Brittany Daly called for her 4th, 13 foul. As Kendall Spears comes in, she'll take over for Mackenzie Reeder for the Quakers. So 3:34 remains as the Quakers get the inbound. Here's a steal by Macy Walker. Walker takes it, lays it up, and lays it in. And that'll make it a 5-point game, 47-52. Quakers have the basketball. 3:20 remains in the contest. Spears drives, loses it briefly, and now into the hands of Pace. Pace to Walker. Walker drives right side, leaves it short, rebounded by Farrell. Farrell gives it to Wilson. Wilson, left side, throws it up off the bottom of the backboard. And coming away with it is Brittany Daly. Daly drives the lane, puts the shot up. It'll roll off the back of the rim. But Brittany's heading to the line to shoot 2. Foul will go against Mackenzie Jeffries. Her first, team 3rd. And, the team 6th. And it is Daly at the line to shoot 2, misses the first. Daly misses the first. She'll have one more. Substitutions as Deanne Cow comes back in for Kia Farrell. Next Quaker foul will put the Hawks at the line for the bonus. Second free throw is up. That one is good as Daly finally hits her first. And Shelby Patterson with 2:56 left to go in the contest is in, with Decatur Central trailing by 4. Erica Pope will take a seat. And full court pressure being applied by the Lady Hawks. They find Sophia Wilson. Wilson into the front court will wait for her teammates to follow. Wilson guarded by Walker. And now here's a steal by Pace. Walker trying to get the inbound into the hands of Deanne Cow. Wilson tried to get the ball in the hands of Deanne Cow. Here is Haley Taylor's three, and it's good. Taylor's three makes this a 1-point Quaker lead with 2:33 left to go in this ball game. It's Plainfield 52, Decatur Central 51. You are watching high school basketball on audiosportsonline.com. Back at Decatur Central High School, Brian Scott with you tonight on Audio Sports Online. Plainfield held at one point a 9-point advantage in this contest just a few moments ago, but a Haley Taylor three has brought on a Decatur Central rally, and now the Hawks trail by only a point with 2:33 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. For Decatur Central on the court, Shelby Patterson, Haley Taylor, Haley Pace, Macy Walker, and that is Macy Walker with the basketball. Hawks trail by a point. They have the ball. As Patterson backs it up. Gives it to Walker, right wing. She's picked up by Katie Robertson. Skips over the top to Brittany Daly. Brittany reverses, gives it down to Pace. Pace puts it up. Shot is short, but she's going to earn a trip to the line as the foul will be called on the play. Seventh team foul against Plainfield, and Deanne Cowell will pick up the foul. That's her third. Meanwhile, Pace, with the first of two, hits the first to tie the game at 52. Mackenzie Reeder now in, and Kia Farrell also coming back in. Mackenzie Jeffries has 11 points in the quarter, but after starting quickly, she's been held to a minimum here since. Second free throw is good by Pace, and that'll give the Hawks back the lead, 53-52. Quakers inbound to Farrell. Farrell gives it to Robertson, stops the jumper from just in front of the free throw line is good by Katie Robertson. Robertson now with 7 points, and the lead's back in favor of the Lady Quakers, 54-53. A minute 50 left to go. Ball is down low, and it's stolen away by Sophia Wilson as they tried to feed Haley Pace. Wilson able to come away with the basketball for the Quakers. Quakers up by a point with a minute 38 left to go in regulation. Robertson with the basketball, guarded by Daly. Leaves it for Sophia Wilson. Wilson almost loses her bounce, but keeps control of the basketball. Wilson with a right-hand dribble, backs up, leaves it off to Robertson. Robertson back at the center jump circle, works on Brittany Daly, who has 4 personals. Hawks with only 3 team fouls, so they can afford to give fouls, though Daly is not one that can afford to do it herself. She's got 4 fouls. Robertson picks up her dribble, leaves it to Mackenzie Jeffries, and that's going to cause Kurt Benge to call a timeout. With a minute 3 remaining in this fourth quarter, it's Plainfield 54, Decatur Central 53. You're watching high school basketball on audiosportsonline.com.
Decatur Central High School Athletic Department would like to thank the corporate sponsors: Community Health Network, Royal Spa, Jones Mortuary, Tire Barn Warehouse, Edwards Drive-In. To get information about corporate sponsorship or to advertise in the Hawks Sport magazine, please contact Ms. Kelly McWilliams in the DCHS Athletic Office. For For those scoring at home, there's a correction. The announcer said that there were 3 fouls on Deanne Cowell. There are only 2 fouls on Deanne Cowell. Number 33 has 2 fouls, not 3.
Back at Decatur Central High School, a minute and 3 seconds remain. And it is the Hawks trailing the Quakers 54-53. As we go out of the timeout, Plainfield will have the basketball. As triggering the inbounds is Mackenzie Reeder. Reeder looking for somebody to get the ball into. Still looking at a 5-second call will be called as the Quakers can't get the ball inbounds against the Hawk defense. And the ball will go back into the hands of Decatur Central, trailing by a point with 1:03 left to go in this basketball game. Shelby Patterson will bring it into the front court. Under a minute left to go. Drives right side down the lane, throws it up with the right hand. And Shelby Patterson puts the Hawks back up on top, 55-54. 47 seconds remain. Robertson with the basketball, guarded closely by Taylor. Makes a move, drives, leaves it right side to Farrell. Farrell gives it up, and putting up for the Quakers, Mackenzie Reeder. And the lead goes back in favor of the red-clad Lady Quakers, 56-55. And now here's almost a steal by Reeder as Patterson was looking to go left side to Haley Taylor. 26.7 seconds remain, and now Coach Anthony Mann will call a timeout as the Hawks trail by a point with 26.7 seconds remaining, 56-55. This is high school basketball on Audio Sports Online. We'll have this game, and then following this, we will have the boys in action as Plainfield and Decatur Central will tip it off in boys action. Brian Scott back at Decatur Central High School. 26.7 seconds remain. Plainfield with a 56-55 lead over the Hawks in what has been a very entertaining basketball game. Tied throughout. We saw Plainfield jump out to a 9-point lead earlier in this quarter, only to watch Decatur Central rally back to take the lead, to retake the lead. And right now, Plainfield has the 1-point advantage in a game that has seen many ties and lead changes. Shelby Patterson will have the basketball. We'll see if they go for the final shot. Foul by Plainfield would put the Hawks on the line. Turnaround jumper in the lane is no good by Brittany Daly. Quakers have the basketball. Long outlet pass to Mackenzie Reeder. Her shot is no good. On the putback, she's fouled, and we'll head. Fouled by Haley Pace, her first, team fourth. And they will say it was a non-shooting foul, so Plainfield's going to take it out from the baseline as Katie Robertson will trigger the inbound. 6.7 seconds remain. Quakers with the basketball in a 1-point lead. And now quickly, Robertson calls a timeout as she realized she wasn't going to get it in before the 5-second call. So a wise move by Katie Robertson to call the timeout.
Full timeout called by the Quakers.
So 6.7 seconds remain. Quakers hold a 56-55 lead. For the Hawks, they only have 14 fouls, so the one time you don't want fouls to give to where you can put the opponent on the line and have a chance to get the rebound. They're not going to be able to do that, but this is the second time that we've seen in just the past few minutes where the Hawk defense has done an excellent job of covering the entry passes on the inbounds. Robertson will once again trigger the inbound from the baseline. And we have a whistle and a hold before the ball can ever be inbounded. And the foul is against Shelby Patterson. That's the 5th team foul. So once again, this time they try to get it into Wilson. It'll be poked out of bounds by Walker. And only 0.4 of a second click off the clock. 6.3 remain. Robertson once again on the inbound. Gets the ball inbounds to Farrell. Farrell's going to be immediately fouled by Haley Pace. Pace is second, team 6, 5.1 seconds. So the next foul by Decatur Central will put the Quakers on the line. And Robertson will do this once again. Looking for somebody to throw the ball into, finds Farrell. Farrell's going to be quickly fouled. Now we're down to 3.7 seconds, but Farrell's going to go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Kid Farrell has 4 points. And Brittany Daly will foul out of this contest with 6 points. And Kayla Williams will be coming in. Brittany Daly is coming out as she needed to commit the foul to keep time from running off the clock. And Farrell is at the line with a 1-and-1. It's a 1-point Quaker lead. Worst this can be is a one-possession game, but now only 3.7 seconds remain on the clock. Free throw is up, banks it, and it's no good. Pace with a rebound. Long outlet pass to Walker. Walker for 3 is no good off the backboard, and that's the ball game. Plainfield defeats Decatur Central by the score of 56-55. Stay tuned as we'll have some final stats in just a moment. You're watching high school basketball on AudioSportsOnline.com. Brian Scott back at Decatur Central High School. Girls varsity game has concluded. It was the Plainfield Lady Quakers coming out on top 56-55 in a game that saw many lead changes and ties. It's finally Plainfield that was able to make a 9-point fourth quarter lead stick as they win 56-55. Final stats for this game. For Plainfield, Mackenzie Jeffries was 16. It was Mackenzie Reeder with 10. Katie Robertson with 6, Sophia Wilson Kenzie Robertson with 7, Sophia Wilson with 6, 5 points for Kendall Spears, 4 points for Kia Farrell, and 2 points each for Maddie O'Day, Deanne Cow, and Betsy Gillenwater. For Decatur Central, 18 points for Shelby Patterson, 8 points from Haley Taylor, 6 points each from Haley Pace, Brittany Daly, Erica Pope, and Macy Walker, 5 points from Kayla Williams. It was 15-13 Plainfield after the first quarter. It was Decatur Central leading 30-27 at the break. Plainfield had a 1-point lead after the end of the third quarter, 38-37, and they win by 1, 56-55. Stay tuned. Coming up, boys action here on Audio Sports Online, and we will be back with that right after this. You are watching high school basketball on ASO.